Hi, I'm Callie from CRK Training. The topic of today's video is the emergency dismount. So this is another topic that I have received a number of questions on, with people wondering, when should I decide to bail? And if I do decide to bail, what's the best way to do it? So I'm going to answer this to the best of my ability. I will say that every situation that you're in is going to be unique. It's going to depend on what's happening in that moment. It's going to depend on your horse, and it's going to depend on your skill as a rider. So there are certainly times where we have to make the decision of, is whatever my horse is starting to do, or is this feeling that I'm starting to get, is this something that I can ride through, or do I need to get off and maybe try to do something from the ground to make the situation safer before I get back on? And I do really like to tell people to try to keep yourself, know your riding ability, be honest about your riding level, and then really try to keep yourself in situations where you know you can ride. So for example, if your horse is getting really spooky about something up ahead on the trail or about something at one corner of the arena, and you know that you're really that if he does a big spook and he starts to take off, you're really gonna have a hard time staying on, it's best to get off, work through letting your horse investigate that, or work through getting past the scary thing on the ground so that you can see, number one, how your horse handles it, and again, you can just keep yourself safe until you have the confidence and the ability that, okay, if my horse spooks and he bolts, I'm still going to be able to stay on, I'm going to be able to handle the situation. Now, there are certainly times where a horse is where something's already happening and it can almost be more dangerous to try to bail. And again, this is where I'm just saying that it's hard for me to give really clear advice on this because it's going to depend so much on the particular situation that you're in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over how to do an emergency dismount. So when you decide that, okay, I'm getting off, how do you do it? Because normally in those moments, our horses aren't standing as nicely as Ace is right now. You could be having a lot of adrenaline. The horse is probably having a lot of adrenaline. And just the dismount itself can be dangerous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here as Ace is just standing, so we can kind of go over it slow motion, and then I'm going to do it while he's walking and also while he's trotting. And it's not a bad idea to practice this before you're in the situation where you have to do it in an emergency. So the most important thing is get your feet clear of the stirrups. That is the most important thing. Number one, we don't want to get hung up in the stirrups. Number two, if you don't get your feet clear first before you decide to bail, having your foot stuck in that stirrup for just an extra second can make the difference between you being able to jump off and land on your feet, or land in a way where you're not going to get hurt, or landing where your body's completely out of control. So what you want to think about is basically usually put the hands on the neck to kind of give yourself some stability, kick the feet out of the stirrups, and then you're going to just really push, and you're going to swing this leg over and hop off. It's going to depend on which side is safer. I almost always, in situations where I do have to do an emergency dismount, I almost always do it to the left, just because I've got the muscle memory of that's the way that I dismount every single day. So it's a lot easier for me to just automatically get off of that side. So again, hands on the neck, kick the feet out. You're going to lean forward and push yourself away from the horse. So again, you're pushing out this way and away from the horse. Again, you're going to have to look at your situation. If you are out on your trail, you're probably going to want to try to keep hold of the reins so that your horse doesn't take off and your horse doesn't end up in a dangerous situation getting loose. But again, if it's not safe, there's going to be times where you just have to completely let go, get away, and think about just getting yourself away from the horse. Again, you got to do whatever is called for in the moment, and whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe first. So I'm going to hop back on him here, and we're going to go. I'm going to do one at the walk first, and then I'll do one at a trot for you. Okay, so as he's walking here, same basic protocol. I'm going to put my hands on his neck, or right at his withers here, kick the feet out of the stirrups, and launch myself clear. And again, I really focus on the launch, that I get myself away from the horse, because you don't want to slide down, because again, we're trying to really think about keeping ourselves safe, that nothing can accidentally get caught up in your tack, that your feet are clear, that, you know, nothing gets caught on the saddle as you're getting away from the horse. And again, obviously there's probably going to be a lot more adrenaline, a lot more motion involved, that is going to, again, you're going to want to just get clear of the situation. Good boy. Okay. I'm going to take him out here. We're going to pick up a little trot. And it does even just work on your balance, being able to pick up the trot. I mean, being able to hop off at like a walk or a trot and keep your balance when you land. Okay, so we're trotting here, hands on the neck, feet out of the stirrups, and push. So you can, your hands on the neck will really help. You can even kind of grip a little bit of mane to help keep your balance for that moment that you have to push and throw your right leg over the back of the saddle and push off. So having that little bit of mane can really help with that and help push yourself away. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that, again, practice it a few times, and I really hope if you are ever in an emergency situation where you do have to bail, this is, I hope this video helps and, you know, just kind of gives you some pointers as to what is the best way to do that if the need arises. So thank you for watching. If you're watching this video anywhere besides crktrainingblog.com, go there and leave a comment. That's where most of the discussion happens, and I will look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.